Bonjour et bienvenue chez Véro. Yesterday I had an interesting interaction with some members of my online community on Facebook. That's a community I started 12 years ago when I still lived in the United States and was known as French Girl in Seattle. At any rate, I realized yesterday that a lot of people didn't know that I am also on Instagram under France with Véro. I am on YouTube, where more than 250 replays or virtual tours await. So if you are in the mood for a quick trip to France, Paris, off the beaten path, and France as a whole, you can head to the France with Véro YouTube channel, of course. And then finally, there's a newsletter. And if you sign up for this newsletter, which is free, I guarantee that you will read stories there that I don't share anywhere else. So these are really all the ways to stay in touch with me. At any rate, long story short, yesterday I was interacting with the Facebook community following a fun post that got a lot of comments. That post was about les toilettes. What are the different ways the French refer to les toilettes, the restroom? And I posted a photo I took yesterday afternoon by a campsite in the Touraine region where I live in the Loire Valley. And oh mon Dieu, the comments I got from that photo, they were hilarious. So I did ask for a small favor on Facebook yesterday, and like always, my online friends came to the rescue. So today I am happy to announce that I have reached 10,000 followers on Instagram, and that is a big deal because Instagram is not really a channel that I've worked on a whole lot, except for maybe the last 2.5 years. So thank you for joining me on Instagram, where I tend to share different things that I share on Facebook. Thank you for that. And I did make a promise. And because they helped me yesterday reach the magical number, 10,000, I said I would do a tutorial in French on all the words, all the expressions that we use to refer to les toilettes in French. So I had a list on the post, and I'm going to go through that list, and I'm going to pronounce all these words and tell you when to use them, when not to use them. This is my opinion. Some people might disagree, especially if they're French. The French love to disagree, as you know. But I will start with les toilettes. Les toilettes is how the French refer to the restroom. And we typically ask, où sont les toilettes? Où sont les toilettes, s'il vous plaît? Où sont les toilettes, s'il vous plaît? Or, very simply, les toilettes, s'il vous plaît. Les toilettes, s'il vous plaît. So this is your standard way of asking for the restroom, if you are in a French home or if you are in a public place. And then we have others. Sometimes on some doors in public places, you will see WC. And that in French is pronounced les WC. And this is, of course, from the English expression water closet. So les WC, sometimes you'll hear that. We also have le petit coin, the little corner, le petit coin, which I really like. It's kind of cute. We have more old-fashioned ones like les cabinets, the cabinets, les cabinets. We have les lieux d'aisance. Les lieux d'aisance. This is what you would refer to if you visit your French friend Marie Chantal and her husband Pierre-Henri, who live in the 16th arrondissement. And then you have les commodités. Les commodités, almost the same as commodities in English. So these are more I would say, old-fashioned, a little bit more elegant, maybe. And then we have the slang ones, and these you probably don't want to use with Marie Chantal and the hubby who live in the 16th arrondissement. One of them is les chiottes. Les chiottes. Don't use that with just anyone, okay? They're fun, but be careful. And then there's another one, les gogues. Les gogues. That one you'll hear as well, and it is slang, so you can use that one as well. What else? Kids sometimes say le pipi room, and it's fun. It makes you sound like a 8-year-old, but that's all good. Le pipi room, you can say that. But no matter what you do, there are many more expressions, of course. Do not use la salle de bain, because la salle de bain, the bathroom in French, may not get you where you really want to go in the restroom. Sometimes they are separate rooms, okay? So be careful on that. Now, the photo I shared on the post yesterday was a photo of what we refer to as Turkish toilets. You know, this hole in the ground, and you do your business standing or squatting on them. Well, these were kind of nice for Turkish, for a Turkish one, the Turkish edition. They were kind of nice and clean right by a campsite in the Touraine region. But the comments I got were hilarious. Some people said they'd rather go pee in the woods than use these. Other people said they sprayed their feet once, their shoes, and never returned again. So if you want to have a good time, head to the France with Véro Facebook channel and just read the comment section. It's hilarious. So to wrap up, I think I have a great idea. Because of these comments, I realized something. I am going to write an email to the Paris mayor, Anne Hidalgo. And she's very busy right now because she's been picking a fight with our beloved bouquinistes, the used booksellers along the Seine River. Yeah, apparently they're in the way of the big party scheduled for the opening day of the Olympic Games next summer, and they need to move. They need to move. So once Mrs. Hidalgo is done with that, I would like to make a suggestion. She's been saying, you know, it's really crowded. We're going to wait for millions of people coming to Paris next year for the Olympic Games. Well, I think I found a solution to the over-tourism. And this is it. People complain there aren't any bathrooms, enough bathrooms or public baths, whatever you want to call them, in Paris. So I suggest, Mayor Hidalgo, that you open those toilettes éphémères, temporary, but instead of putting regular bathrooms, just put those little Turkish toilets in there, and I guarantee you that, you know, clearly over-tourism won't be a problem at all next summer. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section. I hope you've enjoyed this little tutorial. I may do more over the next few weeks while I'm on break from the touring season. I was in Paris. It was a busy week. I was in Paris and I filmed 2 virtual tours in Paris. The first one I will be sharing on YouTube, so do go to my YouTube channel, France with Véro, and subscribe or you won't know when the new virtual tour is released. And my patrons will get treated to a second virtual tour. This one I filmed in Le Marais. And if you've taken a virtual tour with Véro, moi, before, you know they come with great stories where we link the past and the present. So I hope to see you out there on YouTube and otherwise on Facebook, on Instagram. And in the meantime, don't forget, les toilettes. Où sont les toilettes? And don't be too scared of those Turkish toilets, okay? Merci, à bientôt.